terms of clearing the way for entrepreneurs, startups, nope. I have long suggested on this show, I mean, goes back to the Doyle years when I was hammering on Doyle and Barrett and others, the Democrats, for just being hostile to business. They were openly hostile to business when they were in power. We've been talking for years about what is a local official's duty when it comes to generating jobs and businesses. It's being helpful, trying to clear the way for people that want to bring jobs and generate income and profit and prosperity in your community. You should be trying to help them. If I don't care if it's a restaurateur or if it's a new young manufacturer, someone comes to you and says, I want to start a business here, you should be saying, what can we do to help? Let's sit down with our economic guys here and your alderman, and let's see what we can do to help. Barrett and the aldermen in the city of Milwaukee, with rare exception, never do that. A couple of aldermen might. Barrett never does. He's just useless. In terms of working to clear the way for hyperregulation, useless. So it doesn't surprise me at all when a state law appeared to block two men from opening a new microbrewery in Milwaukee. Tom Barrett did nothing. It doesn't surprise me at all. A state bureaucrat suggested, go to Illinois. Honest to God, it happened. The Journal Sentinel wrote a story on these two who couldn't open their brewery here because they also owned a restaurant, and there is an archaic law, state law, against that. So Dale Koinga stepped in. He is a suburban Republican. And he stepped in to make something happen and save these jobs for Milwaukee and Wisconsin. Imagine it. We have local restaurateurs who want to start another business, a brewery. It's going to hire people. They're going to need help. It's going to create jobs. It's going to create profit and revenue. Cool new place that's going to be hip and trendy and wonderful to make Milwaukee stand out. Rather than rally to their defense or tackle the arcane rule, Barrett and the Milwaukee Democrats shrug their shoulders and say, try Illinois. Are you kidding me? Then they complain when I bash them as being rabidly anti-business and intentionally putting up walls against new development or new ventures. I mean, here we go again, yet another example. So it's up to a suburban Republican who actually cares to get the job done. This is the story of the chef of the great Sanford's restaurant, James Beard. He wanted, along with a fellow investor, to start a brewery here in Milwaukee, a microbrewery. And we have an arcane rule, state rule, that says if you own a restaurant or tavern in Wisconsin, if you own a restaurant or tavern, you can't own a brewery. It's some ancient anti-monopoly law, clearly some protectionist law that was put in the book somewhere along the line. And in the modern world, it's truly unnecessary. If it was ever necessary. But, the law is on the books. So try Illinois, Beard and his buddy are told. The Journal Sentinel did a story on this to illustrate how this law was keeping a new business from opening up here. All right, whatever. Barrett and the entirety of the city council, whatever. Let them try Chicago.